And the first thing I'm going to do here is take the tuning capacitor off because it really needs to be cleaned up. So what I like to do is, even though I can take lots of pictures to show where everything goes, I also like to draw a little diagram just in case I forget. Just label everything. So the pilot lamp is also hooked into here, and it runs through a little hole that you can't really see up to there. So I'm going to take that out, and each section of the tuning capacitor has 2 wires going up to these coils here. So that should be pretty simple. I'm going to cut them right here, so when I go to put it back in, I'll know, and I can replace the wires one at a time. And also, I noticed right in there, let's see if I can, right in here, that was very close to touching the chassis, and I don't think it's supposed to be touching it because the insulation is kind of crumbled away. So I'll be fixing that too, replacing the wire. Okay, that wasn't too hard to get off. I think I can leave it mostly together. I'll just bring it in and wash it the best I can here in the sink, and then dry it thoroughly. And it's got these grommets. I guess they used to be rubber. They're completely hard now. I don't know if I can find replacements, but I'll see what I can do about that. Okay, well today we're gonna take the speaker out. I ordered some tubes for this and some navel jelly to take care of this rust, but it hasn't come in yet. So I'm gonna get the speaker out and see how if I can fix that. And I did manage to clean up the shop a little bit. There was a lot of junk here, so I kind of moved everything around. Unfinished projects I put in boxes. There's 2 there. Plus this, we don't talk about this one. That one, I started working on it last year sometime, and I kind of lost interest for the time being because it's just a lot to it. I will eventually get to it though. And that should go down here. So, let's get this speaker out and take a look at it. Okay, well I got the speaker out. Looks like in order to take the grill cloth off, I have to remove this. This feels like it's delaminating over here, so I'm going to have to glue that back together. But it looks like it's just held on there and up there. There were only 2 nuts holding that speaker on, these 2 here. But we'll deal with that later. This, see there's a hole there, but looks like the piece of paper is not missing all the way. It's just there. There's a small piece. Oh, this one. Okay. Everything looks like it's there. I just have to carefully fix that. That moves. Okay. Cool. Dusty. Last time I fixed a speaker, I used some of this. I don't know if this is any good anymore. Let's find out. It looks like it's not totally dried up. I think there's some in there I can use. This bottle is like at least 10 years old. I remember I got it around the time that I first went out to Old 64 Goat's place to get all the radios, and the speaker for the teledial got damaged, so I fixed it with this. So that was about 10 years ago, so that's how old this thing is. But what I do is I just mix a little bit of this in some glue, and I use a Q-tip or something to hold it in, like, just dab it around here, hold it in place, and should be able to fix it. Okay, the patient is on the operating table. We have our surgical tools in place. So now I just gotta mix that up, and we're gonna try to fix this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film this though, because I don't have my tripod and I need both hands to do this, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so I got my phone kind of just balanced here on the chassis and being held up by a spray bottle. So that's my rudimentary tripod. So I'll just film a little bit of this. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'll just do a little bit here. Just go really slow, do it section by section. Till it dries, and then just move on to the next one. So I'm going to just pause that camera till I get this mostly fixed. I think I got to add more glue to the mixture though. Alright, I got all the cracks all back into place and glued. So I'm going to let that set for a while. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. And just make sure it's nice and strong. And we should be good. Everything, all the pieces of paper, kind of, you just got to line them up until they just fit back together the way they're supposed to be. And usually they'll stay in place, and you can just glue them. So right here, I might have to use some liquid tape because it's kind of really bad right here, but we'll see how that turns out once it's dry. Yeah, good news. The Rust-Oleum navel jelly has come in. I got this because it's a little cheaper than actual navel jelly by quite a bit, and it claims to do the same thing, so we're going to give it a try. Alright, well, the navel jelly is doing this trick. Actually, look at how it cleaned up that. Just those spots there. So I think I'm going to do the whole thing and then spray that with clear coat. I figured before I get too carried away with making the chassis look all pretty, might as well try to get this thing working a little bit. So I'm going to change the electrolytics. They're pretty clearly labeled here. 8 megafarad, and positive is red, negative is black. They're both like that. So it's super easy to figure that out. All I gotta do is cut those and wire in that. Alright, so that was the easiest electrolytic capacitor replacement of all time. All I had to do was snip those and put these in, so I'm done with that already. I was going to try the radio, but then I remembered that I took the tuning capacitor off, so we're not doing that today. But I did check all these capacitors, and none of them are shorted, so after I get the chassis painted, the top of it painted and everything, then I'll put the tuning capacitor back on, and then we can check it out and see if it works. So I think I'm going to end the little update here. I've taken these video clips over a couple of days of me working on this. So turn that off. And that's where we stand so far. So thanks for watching.